Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Brizato bringing you with another update. Alright, so I finished orientation. So now I am just on waiting on a mentor. Waiting to find out when I get a mentor. So day one orientation, somebody asked me, let me know what happened throughout your orientation. So day one, what you start off with at day one is pretty much same thing, just pre-employment stuff. All you're gonna do, you do your drug test, you do some training, but pretty much you just do all your drug tests and stuff like that. Day two, you go over more paperwork and stuff like that. If you went to the academy, day one and two is gonna be so familiar to you. Pretty much the same stuff, with a few other things here and there. Day three, you start going over logs, and day two you go over logs actually. Day three and day two you start learning about the Qualcomm, but it's like really minimal. And day three is when you go more into, day two you also talk about your benefits and the pay and everything. So if you didn't know how much you're going to get paid for whatever reason, then they'll tell you that. They also tell you about the different levels that you get, because Swift you get bonuses every quarter. So if you're in the bronze, the silver, the gold, the platinum, and then the diamond, if you're in those levels, whichever level you're going to be in, then that's the level you get your bonus from every quarter. So best thing is to try to reach those levels, because you make some decent money when you reach those levels. Today, I don't even remember what we did today. It wasn't really nothing too much going on today either. It was just more videos. We had to do like a quarterly training today. But orientation is, you're not going there to have fun, I'll tell you that. Orientation is just that. You get oriented to the new job, and you're pretty much just waiting and waiting and waiting. So today, after we finished up, I guess there was a lot of people that they employed this week, so we had to wait on our dress screen and come back. But so it took forever, and but then now we'll be able to go out with our mentor to give you a driver code and everything on the last day of orientation. And so, now we're ready to go out with our mentors. But yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. Whether you want to know exactly, I'd also be doing the let you know how much you get paid per mile, stuff like that, because people want to know that. I'll do another video for that. All that stuff is already in the back. I'm already packed up. Just the moment the mentor say, "Hey, that's right," I'm ready to go. I'm already packed up. I got everything in my bags already. I'm just ready to hit the road. But yeah, I'll be doing more updates, and then as I go along, I'll be keep you up to date on what's going on. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. If you want any special videos, leave them in the comments, and I'll make sure to address them. I'll also let you know. So yeah, that's what we did for orientation. Orientation is really, really, really slow. Then you also have the driving academy. I might as well talk about that while I'm here too. The driving academy, the first week, you got your first 3 days where you're doing paperwork, and drug screen on the third day. Once you do the third day, Wednesday you do your drug screen. As you finish your drug screen, you go back, and then you start doing straight line backing. You're pretty much going forward, back, learning how to clutch, neutral. Actually, yeah, you just go straight and back. Put it in low gear, go forward. Put it in low reverse, go back and forth. It's boring real quick, but by the time you finish that, then that's when you do your they start teaching you how to do, what do we do after that? Seems like everything is so long ago, but it really wasn't. So after that, then you start learning how to do, or then you start learning your pre-trip. You learn your pre-trip, and you learn that through and through. And then you have your exam on your straight line backing. And it's pretty much, back the truck straight up, pull the straight forward. And that's about it. Then you do your pre-trip exam after that. After you pass your pre-trip exam, then you go into your offset backing and your parallel parking. And you do that for week 2. So now you're already in week 2. You're almost done. You only got I went to the academy I went to. We had 3 weeks. So week 2, we did the parallel and offset parking, parallel parking and offset backing. So offset backing, you just pull straight out, and it's almost as if you had 2 parking spots side by side. And as you do just that, you move it straight out. You go straight out. You move your trailer and your truck to the parking spot to the left of you. Back it in, clear the cones. Then once you clear the cones, honk your horn, let them know you're good, pull out, and start to parallel park. Once you're really gonna parallel park the truck, and it's not as difficult as you make it, as you may think that it may be. You know, you may freak out like, oh yeah, you know, they want me to do that. But it's not hard. They're gonna teach you the proper way, and that's gonna be with any company, or whether you go with the driving school or whatever. Just remember that all of us who go through the training, we're fresh, which is the reason why we had to go through the training. Otherwise, we'd have walked in with the CDL and we wouldn't be at the academy. So, you know, that's just one thing to remember, is that, you know, it won't be as bad as you may think that it may be. So week 2, that's pretty much all you're doing. Week 3 is road week. After you take your exam and pass that in week 2, you're going out for road week in week 3. And on road week, you're just driving around. The more people in the class, the less drive time you get. The least amount of people in the class, the more drive time you're going to get. So when you're driving around, just take it and learn as much as you can. Week 2 is also when you learn how to shift, you know, through more gears. So when you go out to week 3, you'll be ready for it. And take us to the countryside the first day, so that way, you know, you're not panicking. Because, you know, you get around in the city, you start being around other cars, you kind of get, you know, some people get a little freaked out. Just think of it as good fun. Like, as long as you ain't tearing nothing up, you're having fun. So don't tear nothing up, and you'll always be having fun. And then week 3, Thursday, is when you do your road test eval. You get an eval again on that. After you finish your road test eval, then you go to Friday, where you actually do your CDL testing. When you do your CDL testing, like, just go out there, have fun. You'll have to do commentary driving. And what that is, you know, you come up to a light, I'm approaching the light, I'm going to start the downshift. If you have time to downshift, if you don't have time to downshift, you stop it in gear. But when you start to stop it in gear, you better be ready, because if that light turned green and you didn't downshift and you stopped it in gear, if you stopped it in 7th gear for whatever reason, or you stopped it in 8th gear, and it's time to go, and you're like 15 miles an hour, now you got to downshift to 6. But, you know, sometimes you're not thinking about it. So know your speed, know your RPMs. You know, anytime I was coming to a stop, you know, you're a trainee. You have the time to slow it down. And they see your driver training lights and student driver badging all around the vehicle. They're not gonna respect you no way. So why not slow it down and make it, you know, great for you? Don't worry about making it great for them. When it's time to go, get that truck up and moving. Like, don't be worried about don't be trying to go slow. Like, you can't be grandpa in that truck. Otherwise, they just disrespect you more, and then you got more people that's going to be becoming a hazard, trying to run you off the road because you're going too slow. And yes, they will try to run those big trucks off the road. So people just don't respect you, but they're going to teach you that when you go to training. That's pretty much it for the driving academy and orientation. I don't think I missed anything. Oh yeah, in orientation, you also get your fuel card. You get that on day 1. They give you your fuel card, so that way, if you don't have direct deposit, that's where your paycheck's going to go. If you set up your direct deposit, then anytime you have to fuel up, you'll use that fuel card. And they give you pretty much every piece of information that you're going to need. They give you booklets after booklets after booklets, so that way you're already prepared. So when you are ready to go out that mentor, like, you're pretty much set. You already know what you need to do. Get yourself a tire gauge, though. Take a tire gauge with you, because if you don't take a tire gauge with you, your mentor don't have one, then, you know, how you gonna check their tire? Because you do get people who don't want to check their tire air pressure, and they don't want to check their tire depth. But, you know, check it yourself. Make it a habit for yourself, so that way you can always be ready to grow. Like, don't put yourself in a dangerous situation and you're gonna be driving. So yeah, I'll be doing more updates once I figure out when my mentor is coming. I'll do another video, let you know when my mentor is coming. All right. If you have any questions, like I say, leave a like, leave a comment. If you have a dislike, leave a dislike. Uh, whichever, whichever makes you happy, makes me happy, I guess. But yeah, any questions, let me know. And if you want to request a video, put that down in the comments as well. All right. Check you later.